today's Captain's Log, we're talking about weather because yesterday we had a change to our itinerary. Now, the nice thing about cruise ships, I've mentioned this before, we're mobile. Keep an eye on the weather forecast at least 7 days out in advance. If we see something's kicking up, then we have a conference call with our shoreside meteorological department, which is led by Craig Setzer. He is an unbelievable meteorologist, knows everything about everything that's weather. So when he says that there's something off the coast of Central America that's heading towards Grand Cayman, we need to start thinking about alternatives. This cruise was supposed to be leaving from Port Everglades, a sea day, a day in Cozumel, a day in Grand Cayman, another sea day, Bimini, Bahamas, and back to Port Everglades. And this developing weather system is headed towards Grand Cayman. And it's not so much about the winds, but rather the seas, because Grand Cayman is a tender port. That means that we use tender boats to take our guests and crew from the ship to shore and back again. If the sea conditions are too rough, we can't run the tenders. Because this was a high probability, we needed to look at ports that could accommodate the ship that were close to Port Everglades because it is a 6-day cruise, so we can't go too far away. Luckily, Nassau in the Bahamas had an available pier. So now this cruise leaves Port Everglades, a sea day, a day in Cozumel, another sea day, Nassau in the Bahamas, Bimini in the Bahamas, and back to Port Everglades. We've just traded one port for another. While changes in itinerary aren't ideal, walking around the ship and talking to our guests today, they understand that safety is our #1 priority, and there's only so much that we can do about the weather.